where do all these songs go which have come for generations together just to do that work? Because people didn't sing because they loved singing or people were going to call them artists or anything. They sang because, let's say we are two women who are pounding grain, we have to make sure that there is rhythm, that both of us continue that same rhythm. So once that rhythm sets into the body, then you feel less tired. You can do this work for longer. So to save our bodies from that pain, I think we sang. And that's why I used to wonder when Ajji used to sing sitting in the room when she didn't have TV or current hodag, like when she would start singing, I'd wonder like these songs are not necessarily in her brain because she's not conscious about these songs. You are Mayagawa, like these songs are in her body because she broke grain and she really like built muscles on these songs. My name is Shilpa Mudbi. I'm a folk researcher. I was a documentary filmmaker for a long time. I have been a social activist. Since I was small, we kept going to Mudbi, and my grandmother used to take me to this temple in the middle of the town, which was a Lakshmi temple. And during Dasra, they would do Yellammaanata, which is basically the play of Yellamma. And she seemed like a fascinating god because at least the way she was portrayed in this folk play, she was fierce and yet gullible. She was vulnerable yet powerful. I think it started off as just understanding this goddess. What does she mean to the larger Dalit diaspora or the transgender diaspora? So when you go to a Yellamma temple, you see a lot of Devadasis and Jogathis. Jogathis are transgender women who busk in the name of Yellamma. I think it's obvious that they are in their last generation. Today, maybe in the next 10 or 15 years, we won't have too many Jogathis. When we went out to do a research, like a proper documentation of what Yellamma is in the state, and we saw the Chowkdi and the Shruthi for the first time, we fell in love with it immediately, and we were thinking like city people, oh, this is so rare and this form is going to die, so we must preserve it and we must save this art form. But what is the point of saving something if you yourself can't speak it, can't play it, can't live it? What I realized is yeshto archives are like in Bangalore, in Mangalore, even archives in Delhi have the sound of Chowkdi. But who is accessing archives? Archives are accessed by academicians and people who are doing PhDs on these things, and that doesn't actually pass on anything. If there's anything to give to the younger generation or our generation who doesn't have access to this, is that our kayak Chowkdi kattu kali ranbek, like learn it. It makes sense to do workshops. They're the ones who are playing the Shruthi and Chowkdi. So if we have to look at the continuance of this folk form, we can't look at just Jogathis learning them. We should look at anybody and everybody who's willing to play the Chowkdi, they should be able to learn it. People who used to come and study these songs with us or learn these songs with us in the park, and there were more than 50 odd people on that group. So if someone said, Shilpa, can you come to this place and sing these songs? I would send a message to a few people who have learned these songs well and say, would you like to join us? It's like one bhajana mandli, hog bhajan madlativi, bartirenu, barri. So we thought of a banner, and that is Urban Folk Project. Urban Folk Project is basically bringing folk experiences to the urban. And this came about maybe 4 years ago.
ಸರ್ವೇಶ್ವರ
ವೇಟ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ವರ ನಿನಗ ಕಂಠ
ಶಿವಯ್ಯ
ಖರೆ. ಈ ವರ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಗನಾಗಿ ದೊಡ್ಡವನಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನ ತಲೆ ಕಡಿತ ನಡುಕ.
ಏಮಂటున్నారు ಶಿವಯ್ಯ?
He will kill you.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಯ್ಯೋ.
For me, what I believe my future holds is to understand where this middle ground is.
ಬಿಸಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಜೋಳದ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿಳಿ ಜೋಳ ಅದ್ರಾಗ. ಬಿಸಿ ಬಿಳಿ ಜೋಳದ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಎಳಿ ಚೌಳಿಕಾಯಿ ಪಲ್ಲೆ.
We don't necessarily have to live the folk life that we used to 20 years ago. But to understand that there are values in that folk life that we haven't been able to carry over because of several reasons: education, technology, money, having too much of it, having too less of it. So find a middle ground and create that space for everyone to come and enjoy.